Yeah, this is gold with its cup and handle, and my goodness, it's so similar. Let's actually just go ahead and throw Bitcoin on top. This might actually be a really interesting video idea. So, what was your name? Lloyd Griffiths. Thank you very much, Lloyd Griffiths. Now, what's especially interesting about this to me is there are kind of two key distinct parts of this cup and handle. Thank you again to the viewer who asked me to look at this. Um, if I go ahead and take a curve to show you what this cup would have looked like, this is the first kind of distinct part of the cup and handle. Um, and then we've got another one which is even cooler to me, and it's kind of this thing here. We saw this. We were actually talking about this a lot on the YouTube channel for a long time, and and it's one of the key reasons that I told you all that I bought gold for the first time, physical bullion, uh, and uh, and rightfully, I think gold pumped afterwards. It was a very obvious pattern. You know, you kind of just needed patience to get that one right, and it worked out very well. Now Bitcoin is doing the exact same thing, isn't it? And that is particularly interesting, I think, because they are identical chart patterns across different time frames and a very similar asset class. So, do I think that that Bitcoin can do something like this, just like gold? Why can't I join anymore? Do I think that Bitcoin could do something like this, just like gold? Absolutely, absolutely. I think that's so likely. I think that Bitcoin has such a high chance of doing something like this, and I think that that's purely because it's following the same kind of chart pattern that's happened before across a similar asset class. I've done this before. I've looked at this before with Bitcoin, and the argument that I made is that Bitcoin hasn't been up at this all-time high for a long time, and now that it's up here, it's just consolidating. There are two schools of thought here. You know, a lot of people will actually say, well, this is a bad sign, and it means that Bitcoin isn't able to push above its high, and it's actually losing strength up here, and so it has to start dipping. Another school of thought is going to say, whoa, previously we got up here, but it was such a harsh, quick rejection that we just, we couldn't mess around here and we were just sent back down straight away. This time, the market is trying its absolute best and it just can't seem to push Bitcoin down. By the way, I would like to remind you guys that a couple of weeks ago, or maybe like a month or two ago, actually, yeah, just a few weeks ago, it was over here where it happened, and then again over here before that. Bitcoin had horrible fear campaigns around it at these times. You know, from the news. I mean, whether it was Mt. Gox or Germany selling Bitcoin, or now the United fucking States, selling Bitcoin. There was so much tension around the market at these points, but ultimately it turned out to be nothing but hot air. It turned out to be nothing concerning at all. And then the market ended up continuing to rise up. And so my point is that Bitcoin has actually weathered a lot of shit up in this particular range. And typically in my experience, these kind of things, they actually get rewarded very, very well. So I think that's absolutely sick. I think it's a really, really big deal. And by the way, we are just seeing Bitcoin pump a little bit higher, so that is absolutely sick. Those of you that are interested in trading this market, like I said, you've got Blofin available with the link down below. It is a no KYC platform giving you thousands of dollars to trade with when you start trading using my link below. Always be mindful of your country's local regulations before trading on any exchange, but really, really nice price action here. If we go ahead and if I just take this chart back, if we go ahead and take a look at Bitcoin on a slightly smaller time frame here, we are just pushing up a little bit higher, which is very, very fun indeed. So good stuff there. Definitely check out those links if you are curious about where to trade in these markets. Again, I think the no KYC aspect of Blofin definitely is an interesting one, because a lot of the exchanges that don't require it these days are very, very strange. But here we go. We are now just pumping above 65,000. We're at 65,600 now. That came in very, very quickly. I mean, just look at how fast that price move came in and how fast this dump is. We're on the 1 second time frame now. This is pretty quick. And yeah, back to the minute, we can just see a very, very small rejection there. So yeah, shout out to Lloyd in the live chat. Thank you very much for asking me to cover that price action. I'm sorry, to cover that pattern. Those of you that have enjoyed this little segment, you have Lloyd to thank. If you do appreciate this kind of content, me covering this type of stuff, then do me a favor and smash those likes up and double check that you are subscribed. But yeah, good stuff, man.